Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big for One Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 58 of winning a national championship with every team in the game. So far, we're getting close to being about halfway. I think we're actually it's around like 60 or so. Or it might be even, exactly like 61, 62 to being exactly halfway with this little project. So, new episode means new team, so let's go ahead and get it started. If you have missed any episodes, down in the description below will be a record of every single team that we have done so far and their record of winning a national championship. And we're going to be getting Coastal Carolina with this one. So Coastal Carolina, they're in the Sun Belt. I should know that, but it's fine. It's been a long day. Coastal Carolina is a 75 overall, one of the lower ones for the Sun Belt, which isn't going to be very fun. Not Louisiana Monroe, but still, We are a motivator head coach, so that's going to help out greatly. They've also been doing pretty good the last couple of years as well. So hopefully we can continue that. I don't know why I was thinking Coastal Carolina was in the American Conference. That's definitely not correct, but we ended up finding them in the Sun Belt. I should have known they're in the Sun Belt. I don't know why I was thinking they were in anything else. As I've said, it's been a long day for this. So, but yeah, so we do have recruiter along with motivator and an architect. So he's got offensive line, quarterback. We're going to put some upgrades for a running back and a wide receiver. Motivator, we do need the first upgrades to go to the off-season training boosts, and recruiting-wise, we don't have the weekly recruiting hours for any of them, so any one of the points will be going to whichever one. Our offensive coordinator is an elite recruiter, and he has mostly offense, so that's really going to help out. Our defense coordinator does have the first parts for our D-line, linebackers, and DBs, and a scheme guru for the exact same thing. Checking out the roster here with Coastal Carolina, we do have an 89 corner with McDoom. That'll be pretty good. It does have coach prestige as a deal breaker, so hopefully we can increase that so he doesn't try to transfer out. Quarterback's a 78. We do have Vasco behind him at 78 overall as well. Halfback's a 78 with a 76 senior. We do have a 75 freshman redshirt, which would be pretty good. Wide receiver could use some speed in that room. Tight ends are actually pretty good. Offensive line needs help desperately. D-line needs help. Linebackers desperately need help. Corners, we may be losing 3 of them. But we got some speed there. Could use some more speed, though. Safeties look pretty decent, and we have kicker and punter set in stone for at least this year. So I'm going to go ahead, get Season 1 out of the way. I'll see everyone at the end of Season 1 here with Coastal Carolina. So here we are at the end of Season 1 here with Coastal Carolina. But we do go 6-6 on the season, so it's not terrible per se. But, we started out 4-1 after losing to Jacksonville State. We won 4 in a row against FCS, Temple, Virginia, and Old Dominion, before then losing 4 in a row to James Madison, Louisiana, Troy, App State, before technically winning 2 of 3 with Marshall, Georgia Southern, and Georgia State to end out the season. So we go 3-5 in the conference, but we do go 3-1 outside of the conference, which is very, very good, but that's not going to be able to make a conference championship. But all in all, hopefully we can improve that season this next year and be better. That is what we got to look for. But we're going to have a lot of people wanting to transfer out, which not looking good, but all in all, Carson Beck wins the Heisman, 3,800 yards, 35 touchdowns to 1 interception on the season. We're playing Hawaii in the Hawaii Bowl. They're going to have home field advantage and everything. We got to fly across country. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and simulate to the end of season recap, see how we do in that bowl game as well. Hopefully we can win to go over 500. And then if not, we're going to be under 500 the first year, which is fine. We do got a decent recruiting class coming in as well, so hopefully, including transfers, could be better. We do lose, so we are 6-7, but coach prestige moves up to a C+. Pro potential is a B-. Coach stability is an A, but athletic facilities goes down. I don't know why, because I'm pretty sure athletic facilities is supposed to go up when you go up a prestige, but oh well. We still got a lot of people wanting to transfer out because of the playing style. We have like 17 people wanting to transfer out, especially with coach prestige as well, which is not very good. But it looks like West Virginia wins it all in year number 1. This is the first time I've ever seen West Virginia, and a 12 seed nonetheless, make it as well. But West Virginia, Texas State, Georgia, North Carolina, and Oregon as the automatic qualifiers, with Miami, Oklahoma, Utah, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Texas, and Alabama as the at-large bids. So West Virginia 28-24 over Alabama, even beat Georgia and Texas State and Miami to make it all the way there. That's going to do it for Season 1 with Coastal Carolina. It's on to Season 2. And here we are in Season 2 with Coastal Carolina, where we go 2-10. Yeah, it was a bad year. Lost to Virginia by 2, lost to East Carolina by 1, then we had to play Kansas State and lost by 18. Then we beat Southern Mississippi, and then we lost 6 in a row. Marshall, James Madison, App State, Georgia State, South Alabama, and Georgia Southern. I'm sorry, that's 7. No, that is 6. I can't do math. Yeah, that's 6. And then we beat South Carolina, then we lost Old Dominion to end out the year. So 2-10 in year number 2 is not very good at all. We're not going to be making a bowl game, but we'll see who is the Heisman winner. And then we'll go over the bracket once we get into the end of the season recap to see who wins it all. We did get a big boost to XP, but not really going to help us out. But yeah, Cade Klubnik again wins the Heisman. He usually wins at year number 2, 4,300 yards, 44 touchdowns to 5 interceptions on the season. And yeah, no bowl game, of course, so we're just going to go ahead, simulate to the end of season recap here, and figure out who wins it all. And kind of go from there here with Coastal Carolina. Anything will be better than last season. That's for sure. Or I guess this season. Yeah, everything's go down. Pro potential. We have 20 players wanting to transfer out. Coach prestige went down. Coach stability went down as well. And now we are a 1-star school. Clemson ends up winning it in year number 2 over Alabama. Alabama gets stopped again. But Boise State, Cal, USC, Texas, and Kansas State as the automatic qualifiers. With Clemson, Ohio State, Nebraska, Washington, Oregon, and Penn State and Alabama as the at-large bids. So that's going to end Season 2. On to Season 3 here with Coastal Carolina. And here we are in Season 3 with Coastal Carolina, where we had a decent season, 5-7. It's not, a good season, but at least it's somewhat decent compared to what we just had. We beat FCS to start the year, then lost to Temple, Alabama, Old Dominion, before beating Texas State and Army, losing back-to-back against Southern Mississippi and Marshall, winning back-to-back against James Madison and Georgia Southern, before losing our last 2 games against App State and Georgia State to end out the year and going 5-7. We had a chance to go 6-6, even 7-5 at one point. It's just we lost. But again, no conference championship, obviously, since we are 5-7. We just got a 3-star corner and another one, so that will help out. I think we had like a ton of people transfer out last year, so we were pretty bad at a roster-wise last season. So hopefully we have more players coming in than leaving. And we still have a lot of people wanting to transfer out. So that's always fun. But anyways, Christopher Vizina wins the Heisman Trophy with Clemson, 4,200 yards, 57 touchdowns to 10 interceptions on the season. And, of course, we'll just go ahead and simulate to the end-of-season recap like we normally do and see how we do or how the bracket turned out and who wins it all. But all in all, hopefully we can get a better season next year. Hopefully we're going to win at least 6 games again. We've only done it once so far out of our 3 tries. And Tennessee wins it all, 24-16 over Texas, with Kansas State, Michigan, Clemson, Texas, and Tulane as the automatic qualifiers, with Virginia, Purdue, and Tennessee, Charlotte and Utah, and Alabama and USC as the at-large bids. So all in all, that's going to end Season 3. It's on to Season 4 here with Coastal Carolina. And here we are at the end of Season 4 with Coastal Carolina, where we go 7-5, finally a 5 over 500 season. We start off with 2 bye weeks and then losing to UCLA to start the year. We beat Liberty and FCS before losing to Troy. Beat James Madison and Army before losing to App State and Marshall. And then winning 3 of our last 4 against Georgia State, Texas State, Old Dominion, and then sandwiched in between there is a loss to Georgia Southern at 24-21. So we do go 4-4 in the Sun Belt. Not the best of where we want it. Plus, we were 2 games away from App State, even going there, and they went 6-2 and 6-6 overall. So they didn't win a game outside of conference. They all won all their games inside conference play. So all in all, again, no conference championship. However, we're going to get a bowl game because we do go 7-5, and thankfully it's a winning season for the first time in our 4 years that we have simulated so far with Coastal Carolina. We'll figure out which bowl game it is, and hopefully we can win that one to have 8 wins, and that should push us up to at least a 2-star school, which would be very, very nice. That bowl game is going to be after Tory Parker wins the Heisman Trophy. 69 receptions, nice, 1,400 yards, 26 touchdowns. And we don't get any awards, but we will be playing North Texas in the Frisco Bowl. So there is that, and we could have a chance to get 8 wins on the season. Let's go ahead and simulate to the end of the season recap like we normally would. And hopefully we go 8-5 on the season rather than 7-6. Because that would be a lot better for our prestige if we can do that. And the answer is no. We go 7-6. Coach stability does go up. That would be nice for recruiting-wise. And Miami, Florida beats Florida. So the battle for Florida ends with Miami winning. Colorado, Florida, Washington, UAB, and Miami were the automatic qualifiers, with Texas A&M, Oregon, Michigan, USC, Nebraska, Tulane, and USF as the at-large bids. There's 3 G5 schools, Tulane, USF, and UAB, all making it into the college football playoff, so congrats to them. Hopefully that will be us in a couple seasons. But that's going to end Season 4. It's on to Season 5 with Coastal Carolina. And here we are in Season 5 with Coastal Carolina, where we go 10-2 on the season, having to face another 10-2 Louisiana team who went 8-0 in the conference, while we went 7-1 on the East, beating Marshall by 1 game. So we actually played very well this year compared to all the other seasons. So back-to-back winning seasons. Beat FCS, lost to East Carolina, beat Kennesaw State, lost to UL Monroe, and we actually played again very well against the Sun Belt, winning every single game, or every game but one besides the UL Monroe to open it. But playing 8 conference games really helped us out to being 7-1 on the season in the conference, and being 3-1 outside the conference as well. So hopefully we can win this game over Louisiana and move on to maybe potentially the college football playoffs. Since if we would win, there's a chance that someone else could have lost. We did win, so we're 11-2 on the season. A very, very solid season here from Coastal Carolina compared to all the other years. We've actually didn't have people transfer out. Deion Jackson wins Player of the Week with only 4 carries, 25 yards. He had to get a couple catches in there probably for some touchdowns. Yeah, he wins National Offensive Player of the Week. He had to do something. Let me take a look at what he did, because that seems weird. Man, we won. That's the wrong game. I did Coastal Carolina. Wait, why did it go East Carolina? I wasn't even on that game. I was on the 40-17 win. It was our halfback. He had 4 catches for 25 yards, but had 9 catches for 153 and 3 touchdowns. That's why. So all in all, we'll kind of see what happens. We're going to be making a bowl game no matter what. It's going to be a pretty good bowl game as well. It's got 5,000 XP as an 86 overall. So next year we'll probably be in the 87, 88 range, just because of everyone can be even higher overall. Slack wins the Heisman Trophy, 6'6" catches, 1,180 receiving yards, and 18 touchdowns on the season. We're playing Akron in a bowl game, so we do not make the college football playoff, even though we are 10-2. Akron went 10-3 on the season, so congrats to them. But we're going to go ahead and advance to the end-of-season recap. Hopefully, if we win this bowl game, we'll be going up to at least a 2, maybe even a 3-star prestige after this, hopefully, bowl win, and then we'll go over the college football playoff. So I think the only reason why we weren't ranked, we end up losing, but we end up being ranked 19th. Pro potential and coach prestige go up, so that's going to be nice. We are a 2.5-star prestige, even though we lost. So, hey, all in all, yeah, because we were 10-2. Yeah. I'm thinking, yeah. Anyways, it's been a long day already, as you guys know. But taking a look at the bracket with Miami winning it all, going undefeated as well. Jacksonville State, Kansas State, Miami, LSU, Nebraska were the automatic qualifiers, with Texas Tech, Clemson, Utah, North Carolina, Cal, Ole Miss, and Notre Dame as the at-large bids. So congrats to Miami, and it's on to Season 6 here with Coastal Carolina. And here we are in Season 6 with Coastal Carolina, and we go 12-0 on the season. A very amazing season here for Coastal Carolina. And, yeah, beating FCS, SMU, Houston, and then Liberty, Marshall, James Madison, App State, UL Monroe, Georgia State, Old Dominion, Georgia Southern, and Arkansas State, all pretty handily. There was a close game against Houston, and other than that, there wasn't, other than the Old Dominion game, where it was only by 7, but we kind of, and Marshall was by 5. But other than that, we had a very good year of 12-0. All depends if we can win this game here. If we win, we go to the college football playoff. If we lose, we're not going. We got 150 XP. We lost. That's unbelievable. An undefeated season until you lose in the conference championship game. What was the score? 24-17. That is, I mean, he had a pick. We didn't fumble. Our defense played decent. We missed a field goal. Is what it is. But that's going to hopefully leave a sour taste in the mouths of everyone in this or with this team for next season to prove that this season wasn't a fluke. Eli wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,800 yards, 43 touchdowns, 7 interceptions for another Clemson quarterback. And we playing Middle Tennessee in the Bahamas Bowl, so a ranked opponent. Hopefully we can go 13-1, but we are not making the college football playoff for another season here with Coastal Carolina. So hopefully maybe we can do something next year and make it. I thought this year was the year, but it wasn't. We get a middle linebacker, which is nice. And, yeah, 13-1 on the season. Coach prestige goes up to an A+. Pro potential goes down somehow. I don't know how. Miami again wins another 24-17 win over Oregon with Akron, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Kansas State, and Clemson as the automatic qualifiers. So if we would have won, we would have been the 12. With Oregon, Notre Dame, Colorado, Michigan, TCU, and Miami and Texas A&M as the at-large bids. But that's going to end Season 6. It's on to Season 7 with Coastal Carolina. And here we are in Season 7 with Coastal Carolina, where we go 11-1 on the season, 7-1 in the conference. Another really good season, beating UMass, Old Dominion, Iowa, FCS, Liberty, Louisiana, Georgia Southern, and Marshall before losing our only game to Arkansas State, 28-21. And then winning our last 3 games against James Madison, App State, and Georgia State. So we are ranked 10th. We have to win here. If we don't, we're not making it again. This should be the second straight year that we don't make it, even though we make the conference championship. And we do win. So we're 12-1 on the season, being ranked 11th overall. There's a high chance we don't get a bye just because we're ranked 11th. So we might be the 12 seed or the 11 seed coming in. It's possible, but I don't know 100%. But we're getting some offensive player of the weeks. LeBron Vales, another Clemson quarterback winning the Heisman Trophy. 4,400 yards, 51 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Clemson's can be very easy, I guess, winning national titles. They ended up losing to North Carolina, but we do get the 4. Texas Tech, us, Coastal Carolina, North Carolina, Penn State, and Arkansas, all the automatic qualifiers, with Clemson, Florida State, Ole Miss, Oregon, Georgia, and Auburn, Notre Dame as the at-large bid. So it's going to be a tough matchup either way, whoever we face in our first ever run in the college football playoff here. And that answer is going to be Clemson in the Fiesta Bowl. They beat Texas Tech 41-24. We have to face the national championship, or not to face the national championship. We have to face the Heisman winner in this game. Florida State won, Oregon won, and Notre Dame won on the other side of the bracket. But let's see how we do against this Clemson team. They are 12-2 on the season. We are 12-1, and they are 91 overall. We're at 86, so they technically have a big overall advantage in this game. But as we know, overalls really don't matter at this point in the year. You got here for a reason. It's time to show that why we made it for a reason. That words are hard. We're going to start on defense first. And Clemson will get a touchdown on their first drive, and we would get one on our second drive to be tie game at 7-all. We get another stop on defense. Offense puts up a field goal to take the lead of 10-7. It's 17-7 at the half, with scoring just before the quarter breaks. They would get a touchdown to not begin the third, but their first drive in the third. Now they're only down by 3. The defense, 4th and 29, they just got a punt. A big run, a big first down as well. A touchdown would pretty much put this game out of reach. 1st and goal. It's another 1st and goal. It's a touchdown with a minute to go. Clemson will score with 18 seconds left. We get the onside kick, and Coastal Carolina is going to upset Clemson. Technically, this would be an upset at this point. And move on to play either Florida State or North Carolina in the semifinals. Almost said quarterfinals. This is not the first round. In the quarterfinals. Had to face the Heisman winner. They had multiple Heisman winners the last couple years. So that's a good win. And now we are one win away from the national championship game. Defense played well. I'm not going to count that touchdown late just because it was super late. We probably would have won by 10 at that point. Yeah, Brendan Turner, only 172 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not very much, so he had to run the ball a little bit. But we'll be playing North Carolina, the number 1 overall seed here in the quarterfinals. Well, let's see how we do against this North Carolina team. They are 12-2, and we are 13-1 on the season. We're both at 86. We technically have the better offense overall, technically, by 1 overall point, but you never know what can happen in this game here to try to win it and move on to the national championship. We did well against Clemson. Hopefully we can do well against North Carolina here. We're going to start on offense first. Excuse me, I didn't look at it right. We get a touchdown, then a turnover, and another touchdown. It's 14-0 after 1. North Carolina will get one of their own. It's now 14-7, but we make it now 21-7, 28-7 here at the half. Defense gets another turnover and another touchdown by our offense. It's 35-14 here in the fourth quarter, with North Carolina getting it to start. 5 minutes to go in the game, and we get another turnover and then a huge run to get us up 14-14. I think this game is pretty much over. They get a touchdown late, but we're going to win 42-21 and blow out North Carolina to go to the national championship game. An absolute dominant performance by our offense and defense in that game. 42 points. It really helped out that our defense forced a couple turnovers, especially on their side of the ball, on their side of the field. But man, we'll go play the winner of, it looks like, Oregon and Notre Dame here in the national championship game. And hopefully we can win it here. It'll be 7 seasons with Coastal Carolina. And we are going to be playing. We're going to get our stuff. This guy had 3 interceptions. That's the most I've ever seen in one game before. That's not being played. We're going to be playing Oregon in the national championship game. They ended up beating Notre Dame 45-31. So a couple high-scoring games on both sides of the ball. So let's see how we do against this Oregon team. They are 12-3 on the year. And what's their overall? They're an 88. So not as big as of an overall difference compared to the Clemson game, but Oregon's always a tough team in simulation to go up against. But hopefully our defense, who has been playing very, very well in these first 2 games, well, I guess these last 2 games, can prove again why they're better. And it looks like we're going to start on defense first as well. And they allow a field goal to start the game. So 3-0 after 1. Hopefully the defense can settle down here. And nope, they give up a touchdown. But we get one of our own. It's 10-7. It'll be 10-7 at the half. So defense only allowing 2 touchdowns or 2 drives. And now they allow a third, with it being 13-7. Still a 1-score game. Defense gets a stop. Offense needs a touchdown to give us the lead, and we do. 14-13 lead here in the 4th, and now it's 19-14. And how about 20-19, sorry. 4th and 10, we get a stop. Then we punt the ball. Why are we punting the ball? We're at like the 20-yard line. We get another stop. I wasn't even paying attention now that it was 4th down. I was still confused on why we punted the foot. The trophy's in the ground again. But Coastal Carolina will beat Oregon 20-19 in a very weird game. Very, very weird. I'm as confused as everybody else. That was a wild game. But we'll take the win. And, yeah, 13 points in the 4th quarter gives us the win. I don't know why we punted the ball at like the 30-yard line. I think we do have a freshman kicker. I think that's why. No, I don't remember. But we do get the win, and it's another team down. And Turner, 3,900 yards, 38 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Rushing-wise, Bibbs, 960 with 9. Turner, 464 and 2. Ballantyne, 191 and 5. And Sims, 101 with 2. Not very many rushing yards, other than Bibbs. It's pretty good. Countess, 979 with 14 touchdowns. Brooks had 969 with 7. So we almost had 2 1,000-yard receivers. Sims, 841 with 9. Chance with 537 with 3, Ballantyne 454 and 4, and Bibbs 137 with 1. Defensive wise, Jose and Octavian both had 90+ tackles on the season. Bosby had 12 tackles for a loss. Price had 10 sacks. We had Crespo at 5 picks. I think he had like 3 interceptions in a game. Jose also had 11 deflections. We only forced 5 fumbles and only recovered 4 of them. Not very many forced fumbles. We did have a blocked kick, but no safeties and no defensive touchdowns. Kicking-wise, Cushenberry did not attempt 1 from 50 and missed 2 from 40. So we made all extra points, but missed 2 field goals. And punting-wise, 3,000 yards, 12 inside the 20, and 10 touchbacks for our punter, and no kick or punt return touchdowns. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, hit that like button down below. It is free. It really helps out the channel. And tomorrow will be another episode of our Zero Overall franchise over on MLB The Show. And then we'll be back with another team here on Friday with Winning an Natty with every team in the game. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.